My name's Charlie Grymes. I live in the Gainesville Magisterial District on General Longstreet's line, and I'm the chair of the Prince William Conservation Alliance. And I'm here because you're honoring parks today. Passed a resolution to honor parks, and I encourage you to do more than just utter a few sweet words and walk away. I encourage you to take action on our local parks. Back in 2008, the board approved a new chapter of the comprehensive plan. Many of you up there in the dais today were part of that decision process. Some of you in the audience were familiar with that process. You adopted a new chapter for the parks, open space, and parks, trails, and open space. It was a Krispy Kreme donut draft that the staff gave you. It was sweet and shiny, and it was absolutely empty in the middle. And so we organized a group of citizens who challenged you to aim higher, who challenged you to establish better standards for parks in Prince William County. We organized groups, we wrote new drafts, and we ended up with a chapter that established new level of service standards for parks in Prince William, created the Prince William Trails and Blueways Council, and defined more correctly what does it mean to be protected open space. That political process came to closure after a lot of conversation. And at the time, the county owned 4,000 acres of parkland. You set a standard to have 15 acres of parkland for every 1,000 residents. You were short of that standard when you set it. You have added 50,000 residents to this county since 2008. Now, you were prepared to buy some parkland. In 2006, there'd been a bond issue. Parks, libraries, and roads. $27 million for parks. You have spent $27 million for parks. In your original bond issue was $3 million for land acquisition for new parks. You also anticipated, in addition to the $27 million, $5 million in proffer funding. I encourage you to get a report from your staff. How did you spend that $27 million, and how did you acquire new parkland since the 2008 decision? My understanding is you haven't spent a penny. Instead, you've used proffer money, and you've used that money perhaps appropriately for construction at parks, but you have not acquired the parkland to meet the standard. The failure to acquire new parkland is bad enough, but even worse, in the last couple of years, you've proposed to pave over a couple of parks. In 2014, it was Cat Harpin Park in the Gainesville Magisterial District, proposed to be an industrial bus garage. More recently, it was Chin Park, proposed by the school board to be a new elementary school, and you proposed the Rosemount Lewis Park as a new veterans care facility, paving it over for development without any replacement in your proposal. What's next? Is every park up for grabs? They're not land banks. They're not places for future development. They're core parts of our community. I encourage you to go out in your July Superpower Month and do something for our local parks. Thank you.
Great. Thanks a lot, Mr. Grymes.